Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Garden Mysteries Sculptement Secrets Draculaura doll, which is not what I anticipated saying when I sat down to film today. I actually didn't expect to be making this video. I had seen a couple of posts on Instagram of people finding these in Target, and like everyone else, I was really surprised because I didn't really expect this line of Sculptement Secrets to be out yet. Like I kind of thought we would be waiting a little bit longer. But yeah, I saw people posting about it. Did not mean I anticipated finding them in my Target, but I did. I went because they have a toy sale going on. I don't know if it'll still be going on by the time I post this. I'm not 100% sure. But when I went, they had a toy sale going on. So I went there looking for some other stuff, and I saw her sitting on the shelf, and I was super surprised. And also, she was the only Draculaura that was left from the Garden Mysteries line, and like, she's the only one that I wanted from the Garden Mysteries line. So I went ahead and I decided to pick her up since they did have the sale going on, and like she was part of the sale and everything. So yeah, not the video I plan to be filming, but definitely a video I am very excited to be filming today. So you can't really see much from the packaging. Obviously, we've got some art of Draculaura here, but in normal Sculptement Secrets fashion, the whole box is, you know, kind of, why did I want to say unsee-throughable? What? Y'all know what I mean, though. You can't actually see the doll. On the back here, you can see the other characters that are in the line. But yeah, other than that, she is a total mystery. Of course, I've seen the images online, so I know what she looks like. So let me pull out my rubric real quick so we can give this doll a score based off of the stock photos that I have seen. So for emotion, I did give her a 3. For need to customize, I gave her a 5 just because I really don't plan on customizing this doll. The Sculptement Secrets line, one thing that I do like about them is that they have like the mix and match fashion. So I might not keep her in the outfit she comes in, but I feel like I'll be able to make an outfit out of the pieces she has. Quality, I gave her a 4 because I'm pretty sure she has probably propylene hair, so points off for that. Number of pieces I like, she got a 4. Uniqueness, I kind of debated between a 4 and a 3 because she does have a red color scheme this time. Like her color scheme is a little bit different than any of the other G3 Draculauras that we've gotten. So I feel like I could justify giving her a 4, but also, is the color alone enough to merit that? I don't know. So I did give her a 3. I was being conservative. That still gives her a total score, though, of 19 points, which means I was totally chill paying full price for her, even though technically speaking, I didn't really pay full price for her. Either way, though, good purchase. So I'm like happy that the rubric can confirm that. But yeah, that's a lot of introductory stuff. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like blabbering on today. I am going to do the unboxing, I think, on camera, or at least parts of it. Like I'll get the outside portion off, but I actually haven't unboxed one of these new lockers from Sculptement Secrets. I have ones from like the previous style where they were coffin shaped and had all the different doors, but I didn't pick up any of series 4, so I haven't done anything with this shape. So I'll probably do like the pop-up reveal on camera and then like cut her out off camera, just because how fun can it really be to watch me struggle to snip some plastic cord? But yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. So let me go ahead and get everything turned around and situated, and we will go ahead and do that. I will be right back with you guys. Okay, I have the camera set so it's like a little bit higher than I would normally do, because doesn't she like pop out? Isn't that a thing? I looked at the instructions. Hold on. And honestly, I don't feel like I got that much from them. Like, you can pause to read it if you'd like. I don't really feel like I got that much from them. All I got was that this is a key, which I could tell. So I don't know if anything's actually going to happen when I like unlock these. We'll find out. This is going to be really awkward if I was like, oh yeah, let me film it, only for nothing to even. Okay, so that opens that door. And then obviously like same key will open this door. And these will be all of her goodies. But what about Drac herself? Am I crazy? Does she not like pop up? Because there's like a whole thing here. Do I just like yank her up? That can't be right. This doesn't fit in there. Am I making a fool of myself? Because, okay, it says, I guess it says that I should be searching for clues. Does that, oh, okay, I get it now. So it makes a lever. Oh, this is way more involved than I thought it would be. Okay, so I guess I actually have to do the whole unboxing, like, kind of on camera if I'm going to show this off for you guys. That's interesting. Okay, so pulling out the little baggie here. You use, like, this part, like the clear part of the key to like search for clues as to what it is. Hello, can you even like, I don't know if this would even work on camera. I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, maybe there just isn't anything on this one. Anyway, here's a bag. I guess I'm gonna open up. And like, I'll show you everything in depth afterwards. I'm just gonna kind of like lightly explain what's going on. So this one has part of the lever that I have to assemble. It also has a little like waist clip, a couple of hangers. I know I'm not showing it off very well. Again, I promise I will. Like, I'll do my job, y'all. I promise. And then there's like a little T thing here. So yeah, I didn't see anything though on this. Like, I'm sorry if this like isn't very good camera work right now, because I'm just like trying to see anything, but I don't see anything because I guess it's supposed to tell you like what part is in what bag, and then you get to like assemble the lever. But I'm actually gonna go check in different lighting real quick, because I don't know if my filming light is like affecting it. I'm just curious. Update, didn't change anything. I don't know. I'll try on the next bag. I'm just really confused. Maybe I'm just missing something. But like, okay, we're gonna smooth this bag out. I wonder actually what would happen if I just, like, I don't see anything, any like patterns or anything popping out on the bag. I don't get it. Like, it's supposed to reveal something, but I don't know. Y'all have to let me know down in the comments what that's supposed to do, because clearly I'm not getting it. So we're just doing this like the rough, old-fashioned way. Okay, this next bag. Oh, wow. Oh, yep, all the itty-bitties. I should have been way more careful. It's okay, I got them. We have earrings that I'll show off later. We have a purse and a bag that I'll take care of later. And we have more of the lever portion. So I think this goes, yeah. So this goes in here. Am I doing it wrong still? No, that definitely, it doesn't like click or anything. It comes out really easy. So it's like making me feel like that can't be right. But I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't know. Very confusing stuff. Last couple of bags. I ain't even going to check on these. I'm just opening stuff. So this one is all of her clothing. Didn't get all of it. Come on. Aha. Okay, I think that's everything in that one. I'm going to have to like double check and make sure I didn't toss anything. So we have her shoes that are in their own bag, and then 3 pieces of clothing. So nothing like helpful in that one. And then last baggie. I don't know what the pole is, but I have it. This is like the last piece of the little like lever situation. So you pop that on there. Is it backwards? It is. I figured it out. I figured it out, guys. It only took me 6 minutes so far of doing this. So fun. Okay. And then the last thing was this little cupcake tray. What is this? Hello? Am I missing something? I'll figure that out in a second. First of all, we have to reveal it all. So I'm going to slide this in here. Oh gosh. Oh, that does not want to go in. That's scary. I don't like this. Hold on. I'm so sorry to like pull her off screen. I just like, I need to be able to see. Okay. That was awful. So it does click in down here. You have to pull pretty hard. Like, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's like just like a rain issue, but I had to pull pretty hard. But we should be getting a pop-up. I'm going to tilt my camera just a little higher, because I'm not having gone all through that like work and accidentally have this not be in frame. It's not happening. I would sob. So let's elevate her up. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That took so much effort. She's still almost out of frame. That took so much effort. Like, I had to push a lot harder than I thought I would. Not like crazy hard. I'm not saying it's like, oh, that was difficult necessarily, but just hard enough to where I thought I was going to break it, low key. But Draculaura is halfway out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull her all the way out. I'll like, I guess I will have to leave this on because I'll like talk about it a little bit. Anyway, though, I'll pull her out, get everything unpackaged, and then we can actually look at everything. So yeah, sorry for that. That was kind of like a not super entertaining unboxing, I feel like. I really thought it was going to be a lot quicker than that. And just like a bop bop, here's the doll. But I guess it's good for me to record the fact that it was a little weird and difficult for me, even if it is a little embarrassing. Anyway, fade to black. Okay, I have finished unboxing everything. I do definitely need to address this big boy here real quick because I have everything like properly set up now. So that little bar that I was confused about actually hooks in to the inside here, and it turns into a little like rack so you can hang the hangers on there. Obviously you could hang the clothes on there and display them. So I do think that that is cute. I'm going to be doing a lot of comparing, I think, between the previous lockers and this one, just because, like I said, this is my first time having this one. Personally, for me, I know a lot of people just don't love the lockers in general because they are very bulky. They take up a lot of space. It's a lot of plastic. And obviously the mystery element is like not to everyone's taste, which I totally understand. I did like the other lockers because two things. One, if you do have enough space, they have hooks on the back to where you can hang them directly onto the wall. And granted, so does this one, I think. Hold on, am I wrong? Dang, I am wrong. I thought these screw holes were like holes you could, I mean, you definitely still could use, you can't even see where I was looking, I'm sorry. But there's like screws in those holes. Those holes are not there for the express purpose of being like hung. You definitely could still use those to hang it up, I'm assuming, like, you know, just use like a smaller nail. But that is really sad actually that we've lost that intentional functionality. Because with the last locker, I'm going to go grab it actually for comparison's sake. Hold on. We just got to block Drac off entirely for a second here. Sorry, girly pop. So this is like the old style of locker if you aren't familiar. Here, we'll even zoom out a smidge so you can see a little bit more. And I just like this better. It had on the back, like I said, these two holes. I know there's like cardboard in front of this one, but it like pushes forward. These two holes are intentionally designed. Like there's nothing in them. There's no screws or anything, so that you can hang it directly onto the wall, which I personally really like. I think that is a really nice functionality that we've apparently lost with the new one. I also feel like there's a lot less organized storage space in this version. Like, yes, it is aesthetic to have your little like hangers there. I get it. That's like very cutesy. But to me, I just like the fact that these four doors all unlock and are all like quite deep and functional. And there's a lot of storage space. And that's what I personally use it for, is the storage space aspect. Whereas I feel like this, it just feels like it has less space because there's this whole open section that like, I mean, obviously the dog goes in. I don't know. It feels like there's less space. I don't know if you guys are going to see that or if you're going to think I'm crazy, but it feels like less space. Now, the other thing is that the way that you would display Draculaura here is you can put her back in the top where she like came. I know you can't see it for a second. I'm fixing it. Don't worry. But you can put her back in the top where she pops out. There is a bar that you put on so you can like cover her like a ride in an amusement park, so that way she can be in the top section and not be in danger of falling out or anything like that, which I do think is a nice feature, but you can't see the entire bottom half of her outfit. So for me personally, it would be a lot less fun to display her up there. And then the second option is this little waist clip has this heart-shaped peg in the back. So there's 6 holes. This is like kind of unwieldy when it's up like that. Hold on, I'm gonna bring the elevator down. That's better. So there's these 6 holes here that are the heart shapes. So you can plug this into any of them. But I'm gonna have to take off Draculaura's little corset situation right quick. We'll obviously still take a look at it, but I just feel like that's gonna be easier. I'm a little nervous about this waist clip. Okay, so it does fit. However, I don't know if you can see this. Ooh, wow, ooh. First of all, she overbalances it quite a lot. Like, I'm barely touching her and this thing's threatening to tip over. Second of all, she is dangling. Like, not, you can't see it as much because it's tilted, but she's not fully on the ground. And I have the waist clip I had the waist clip, it got stuck on the doll, but it's on the lowest one. And when you put her in there, she dangles still. So obviously if you put her any higher, I mean, I guess she's a vampire and a witch, so like she could float. I just think that's a weird choice. Like to me, that doesn't really make sense. And I just don't really like how it looks, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, I just don't think that it, I don't know. Whereas the old style of locker, you have all of the storage over here, and then you open it up, and Cleo immediately falls. No, but okay. That was just because she was in storage for a little bit. But when I had these like properly on the wall, because I haven't had a chance to hang them back up, it works fine. It doesn't help that I had her stuff piled in behind her. So with this one, I like it because you open it up and there's like a cute backdrop. And then over here, there's like her little vanity situation going on. And I feel like that's a cute little detail. It's just like a cardboard panel, but it's really cute. And then the doll can stand up in there by herself. No need for a stand or anything. Like I had these hanging on my wall in our old apartment for months and they were totally fine. Like as long as you aren't moving them and like unbalancing them, I promise that the doll actually does stay put. Like she fell out because she had been jostled during the move and I still haven't put her back up. But like I like that you can do that. So you have like all of this storage over here and then like a cute little almost like look into her personality here and then you have the doll in the middle. I feel like that's really fun. Whereas with this, you just have like a middle section that is either pushed up and you can only see half the doll or a doll awkwardly covering the middle section and like less storage and you can't hang it directly on the wall. I feel like this is a violently inferior version of the Skulltimate locker. Like, again, I totally understand people who just don't like the lockers existing in general. I feel like that's a valid viewpoint to have. But this felt so much more functional. This feels, I mean, I get they're aimed at kids. I get it. But even kids need to store their doll stuff, right? Like, that's not a uniquely adult collector problem. I feel like this might be more fun for kids for like 30 minutes. But at the end of the day, I just feel like there's more longevity out of this one. So I'll move Cleo. Sorry, girly pop. Let me put all your stuff back. And then I'm going to go ahead and also just take all of this off so that we can focus more on what Draculaura comes with. But yeah, that was, that's a bit disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Like to the point where I'm genuinely questioning if I even want to keep this. Like, I just personally don't really feel like I have a use for it because it's not something now where I can put it on my wall and like it's out of the way there. This is going to take up a lot of space if I want to keep it. And I don't like the way the Draculaura looks displayed on it. So that might be something that gets donated. But looking at hopefully what will be the better parts. That what a damper. Hold on. I gotta like resituate everything now. Let's take a look at all of Draculaura's accessories right quick. So first off, she comes with this little like cupcake tray. I do think this is cute. They all have like rose frosting on them. The one in the middle also has lips sculpted in with like vampire fangs. It's probably kind of hard to see on camera. But I do think this is like a cute little decoration. The cupcakes do come off. There are like the pegs though. So it'd be kind of hard to reuse the tray for anything else unless like you have another piece of Monster High food that has these. But there is that like they do come off, and then if you're better at looking at things than I am, you can get it back on. There is like a little bat wing design on the underside that I do think is quite cute. And then she also comes with this little like magical tea. So we have a black cup and saucer. There is a bat in there. I don't think you're going to be able to tell. Maybe. It's really faint. Like it's hard to see on camera, but there is like a little bat design. And then there is, the tea kind of wafting up with all these little hearts in it. I think that is really, really cute. That's good stuff. I like the design of it. She does also have this purse here. So I feel like the print kind of matches the print on her dress that you'll see in a second. It is just painted on the one side. That little bit of fluff was just something that was down here. It's not a defect. The bag does technically open up, although it is extremely shallow. So I'm not really sure how like useful it would be or how much you'd be able to get in here. I mean, you could fit her earrings in here, but it does open. So like credit for that. Her earrings, speaking of which, are these translucent, really light pink little drop earrings. I think they're very cute. They kind of look like mirrors with bat wings on them. I don't know. I like it a lot. I like the color because so much of her color palette with this one is like very bright and very saturated. So I think that's like a nice touch to have something that's a little bit lighter going on. What else do we want to look at? Let's go with this corset little thingy she had on. So it's almost like a spider webby sort of design. And then the black hearts in the middle. I do think this is quite cute. It is a pretty soft, malleable plastic. And then it does have 2 holes in the back so that you could like tighten it up. So if you wanted to put this on a character who wasn't Draculaura, because Draculaura does have like a slightly thicker body type, you could maybe tighten it up. I don't know. I mean, that's still pretty narrow. And Drac was on the last one to have it fit her. So I don't think this would fit any doll that's like thicker than Draculaura. Like I don't think you could get this on Caddy, but you can tighten it up so you could maybe get it on a character that's a little bit skinnier than Draculaura. So I do like that. I feel like G3 has done a lot with like their belted accessories like this, having adjustable loops, and I do really appreciate that. I think it's a fun little aspect there, especially with the different body types. I feel like it's helpful that they have accessories that like kind of try to make it to where you can use it on multiple dolls, because that is like a limitation of having multiple body types, is like the clothing isn't as swappable. So stuff like this I really do appreciate. And also it is just cute. Like it's cute. So that's a good one. Sorry, I wanted to adjust my camera just a little bit more. Onward. Next up is her second pair of shoes. These are really fun to me. I really like the floating heel and the way that there is this cobweb design kind of all over. The bows are like slightly misprinted on mine. It's not horrific. It just could have been a little bit cleaner. Like there's like a little bit of empty space on this one. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's not that bad. I'm just pointing it out just in case, but it's really not bad. The cutouts in the front are shaped like hearts. I feel like these are really, really cute shoes. Like the sculpt with the spider webs and everything. Those are really solid to me. I like that a lot. Then onto her clothes. She has this top that is like definitely a sheer top, but I don't know if it's the color or what. It doesn't like, you don't really see a lot through it. So it's kind of interesting, but I do really like the patterning on it. Again, a lot of these spider webs, that seems to be a big motif for Draculaura with this particular release. We've got a little bow kind of sewn onto the shoulder there, which is quite cute. The sleeves look ever so slightly flared, but like almost straight. That's a cute one. We'll definitely have to like put her in some of these clothes so we can try it out. She has this little bustier that's sort of like this winey color. It matches very well with her hair. A little strip of lace down the middle that I really do like. Cute little piece there. And then finally we have her skirt, which is, sorry, I know I'm supposed to be showing it to you, but I just want to touch it. It's really soft. I thought it was going to be like closer to a velvet upon seeing the stock photos. I don't know why. That was just like my assumption. It's very soft. Like it's not quite faux fur, but it's like a blankety material. Like I definitely have owned blankets that are made out of this. I'm kind of digging it. The like Velcro is on the side, interestingly enough, because like this is supposed to be kind of offset, so it's like on the side of her hip. So then it also does up on the side of her hip, which I feel like could either be cute, like it could look really nice, or it could look very awkward. So once again, we'll have to try all these pieces on to kind of see how they actually function on the doll. But I do really like this piece, not only because I think it's just like a pretty, like it's a relatively simple piece. It's just a skirt with some bows. But I do think it's very effective. It's very cute, but also it is so soft. Maybe a little bit of a weird material for a skirt. I'll give you that. But I like it. Then moving on to the doll herself, which is a big, exciting deal. Check her out. I love the hair color. That's a really big difference for this Draculaura. Obviously, we looked at a lot of her accessories. She's got like a lot of red and a lot of that winey color going through. But I feel like it's just so noticeable on the doll herself, and I think it's really, really beautiful. She does have her split dye, but it is different colors. So the pink is a much darker pink, and then instead of black, we've got like this deep, desaturated sort of reddish purple. So pretty. Unfortunately, yeah, the hair is polypropylene, which isn't super duper, but it also is not like the worst polypropylene I've ever felt. I know that like it'll still degrade over time and all of that jazz. It doesn't feel horrific, but it definitely isn't like the nicest. That being said, I knew that going in. I mean, like I even docked her points on my rubric for that, because we kind of all know at this point that Sculptment Secrets dolls are going to get polypropylene hair. So it is what it is, but I do think it's just a really beautiful hair blend that they chose. We also have our first forward-facing Draculaura, which like is kind of whatever to me. I honestly don't even know if I would have noticed it if no one had pointed it out. I don't know why that kind of thing just goes over my head. But she is forward-facing. First, for G3, I should clarify, like obviously you know, G1 is like a different beastie. But yeah, a lot of people were very excited that she had the forward facing look. And she does look so, so pretty. I love her makeup with the roses, like dropping rose petals at the corners of her eye. I think that is so beautiful. That deep lip is just so, so nice. Here is her dress that was like mostly hidden under this earlier. So I'll real quick just kind of slide that on so you can kind of see what it looked like. But then the dress underneath, this is interesting because I did not think I was going to like this piece from the stock photos. Like, I just didn't really think I was going to vibe with it. I don't think it helps because I'm pretty sure in most of the stock photos it was kind of covered up by this. I think it looks very nice by itself. Like, I would want to layer it with like a jacket or something. But this is actually really pretty. The bats and the flowers all over is like a high key gorgeous, not gonna lie. The only thing is like the like red on the flowers is a bit orangey, like if you compare it to this. So there is that if you want to be real nitpicky, but like I think it's a really, really beautiful piece. I'm gonna have to style a Draculaura to go in this because I think I'm gonna want to keep her in her other outfit. I don't know, we'll see. Moving on down, we've got knot socks, which I think is one of the most egregious things about this release for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way, is the socks not being complete. I am not a really big fan of how that looks. I know this is not new for G3. They've done it on some of their other dolls, like the Core Claudine, like the first one that came out, had socks like this, but I just think that it worked better on Claudine's. First of all, because she was wearing like a sneaker, so you could like kind of scrunch it up like loose like that, and it just looked more intentional. Like, so if you scrunch it, you can see like a lot less that it is not a full sock. And so with Claudine, I feel like it looked on purpose. Like this looks like I'm doing it to try to hide it, at least to me, whereas Claudine's looks more intentional. They also were solid black, and I think that maybe that worked a little bit better as a leg warmer versus a proper sock. These just don't, they just don't look right, especially because since Draculaura is curvier, nothing wrong with that, obviously, but she does have like a thick calf up here. And so if you pull it up enough to where it's like sitting right on her calf, you can really clearly see her ankles. But if you try to pull it down so that you can't see her ankles, it starts bunching up. There, you can see a little bit better when I pull her closer because it wants to be higher up on the calf. I don't know. They don't sit well. I don't feel like this was a good choice. This one was a little sad to me because like how expensive could it have been for you to add an extra inch of fabric here to make a sock? Like, really? Anyway, the shoes though, I do think are super, super cute. More of that spiderweb motif. I love the cutouts in the heels. There's like a not quite rectangle and then a heart. I think it's really cute. The little bat wings on the side are absolutely adorable. So love the shoes. I just think the socks, I think that was a dumb decision if we're being 100% honest. But yes, that is everything on Draculaura, all of her accessories really quick. So I'm going to undress her, redress her into a second outfit so we can see how that looks actually on the doll. And then I will be right back with you guys to go over that and like the final thoughts. We're almost done here. I feel like this has been a weirdly long unboxing video for just one doll, but here we are. So give me a second. Alrighty, I've got Drac all dressed. I didn't put her hands back on, but like, that's the only thing I didn't do, okay? I really do love the earrings on her. I feel like because her hair is like such a dark color on both sides, like she doesn't have that light pink, the super, super light translucent pink of the earrings really stands out and it really makes them shine. It's like, they're so pretty. I weirdly am obsessed with the earrings this time. The outfit, unfortunately, I think is not giving quite what I was hoping that it would be giving, which is so sad to me because like in the stock photos, I was so hype for this outfit. I just don't know if it's like looking quite the way I want it to. Like two big things. It's really mostly the skirt that's the issue. Like the tops are the tops and like I feel like that's fine. But the skirt, three things actually. I like the material because it's soft, but it is like thicker. And so I feel like when it sits on the doll because of the scale, it's just like very noticeable that it's like, oh, that's a very thick skirt. Second of all, it is, as I was afraid, quite difficult for me at least on mine to get this to like lay nicely to where you can't see any of the Velcro peeking out. Like you can kind of see it at the top of mine. I feel like I'm having a really, really hard time getting her into a situation where it's not like that. And then the biggest issue is because the whole thing like Velcros up the entire side here, I'm having a heck of a time getting it to sit where I want it to on her body. Like if I try to put it here, I have to really like stretch over her hips to get it on. And then you can see all the Velcro on the side and it doesn't look cute. And it's like lopsided and awkward. So where it wants to sit is like very high up, but that doesn't look right. And then also, even if you like manage to get it closed like I had earlier, hold on, let me use all of my hands and all of my might to get it closed right. I feel like I'm being dramatic, but like also low key kind of serious. So even if I can get it to like kind of sit where I want it to, because it opens up all the way across and because there's no gusset on the underside of the skirt, it does ride up. Like just handling her, especially if you hold her like around the hips, it rides up really bad. I mean, you can see here, she's like almost got her booty cheeks out because it's riding up just from one grasp. So I do think the skirt is like a bit of a miss, which sucks. I was so excited about it. It's just a little frustrating. Her shoes, I do think look quite cute on. I feel like these are good shoes. So that's a positive. And then if I take the skirt off, I do like this combination of the tops. Like I do think that's cute. And either one by themselves or like layered with other stuff, I think would be cute as well. So I really have no problems with this. I'm sad because I like was low key, like this was one of the pieces I was most excited about. And I mean, maybe I could reuse it on a different doll that is slightly less thicker. That's not the right way to put that. Less thick. Because again, no, like I'm not trying to complain about her body type at all. That is not what I mean by this. But like how with these felt like they didn't fit with her calves. I feel like this skirt was sewn for someone who, or a doll who is like a little straighter up and down in the hips and like doesn't have quite as much width in the hips. Cause I feel like if you could just get this a little tighter, it might stay on better and like sit where you want it to. So it's not that I'm like, ew, Draculaura's fat. Please do not let that be the takeaway. It's just that I think that perhaps these clothing pieces were not all designed with a doll that is thicker in mind. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I'm redressing her because I feel bad having her just like bottomless on camera. But yeah, it kind of feels like these were like originally patterns for like a different doll and they didn't adjust it enough for Draculaura. I don't know if I have, give me 2 seconds actually. We're gonna test this theory. I literally just put that skirt back on Draculaura. I went through all that effort and now I'm not gonna keep it on her for now. But I happen to have this Frankie that is just like in my box of dolls that need to be restyled or redressed at some point. Obviously they don't have anything on right now. So I feel like I might be able to test my theory of the skirt. Yep. I mean, it's definitely still a little like, it's a little bit gappy back here, but now it's like, it's not like I'm grasping and it only rides up because there's nothing on top to stop it. But like, I feel like it sits better. The Velcro lines up better. You can get it down on Frankie's hips instead of it like having to sit at their waist and like be really high up like it was on Draculaura. So I definitely will keep the skirt and like maybe use it for another doll in the future. But I do feel like, yeah, it just is not optimized to Draculaura's body shape. And I hope you can tell that on camera. Like, I hope you can see what I'm talking about. I hope it's not just something that like I'm just noticing or being really picky about in real life. I just feel like it looks really good if you can get it right, but it doesn't stay that way for a long time. So I feel like for play purposes, or if you're someone who rearranges your dolls or photographs your dolls or redresses them a lot, that might be frustrating. I don't really know. So, wow, not the final thoughts that I thought I would be having. Least favorite parts are the locker and the socks. I think the socks not being full socks is absolutely stupid. That's really it, full stop. I just think that's a dumb choice. And again, I can't imagine for a huge company like Mattel, it would be too expensive for them to give them real socks. The locker, I think, is just so much less functional than the old style and so much, I don't know, less fun to me personally than the old style. Obviously, you're free to disagree. Sound off in the comments below if you have thoughts on the locker that are positive. But for me, that was like a shockingly negative experience with the new locker. So that's not super cool. Oh gosh. I'm like struggling now because I was so hype about this doll and I'm like sad because I still like a lot about her. I still think I'm going to be able to make an outfit that makes me happy and like display her in a way that makes me happy. I'll post on Instagram at some point when I get her like dressed and everything. So little plug there. If you want to check me out on Instagram, you can see what I end up doing with this doll. So like, it's not like she's a lost cause or like I wasted all of my money, but I am just kind of disappointed that it doesn't feel like the excitement I had with the first couple of Skulltimate Secrets lines. I've talked about this in a few videos now. I feel like the line is like getting less exciting and less fun. And this to me just proves it, because the first few Skulltimate Secrets lines, I was like, I bought so many of them and I loved so many of them. They felt very mix and matchable. I liked the functionality of the lockers, because like if you're gonna give me a huge hunk of plastic, at least make it a hunk of plastic I can do something with. This just feels a lot less like that to me. That being said, we are going to end on a positive note, because there are positive notes to this. I think both of her shoes are absolutely beautiful. I think the base doll for this Draculaura is really, really stunning. This is a color scheme that like I haven't seen, I don't think, on any Draculaura before, realistically. Like the closest one was that Valentine's Day 2-pack that they did, like the alumni pack. But like the red and pink is just, it goes so hard. It's so pretty. Even like this sort of winey color that they threw in, I think is so, so beautiful on Draculaura. So that's a big plus. Her face is super pretty. And I genuinely love this dress so much more than I thought I would. So those are all positive things. It's not like this is like a total washout, a totally terrible video, but maybe it's just a little harsher than I expected. So definitely let me know your thoughts on this one. I always want to hear your guys' thoughts on the dolls that I unbox, just because I value your input and your opinions. But especially when I have an experience like this, I'm always curious to see if it's just me, and like if I'm just the weird one here and like I'm the one who's not looking at this right, or if you guys agree and are seeing the problems that I'm seeing. So definitely do please sound out below. But yeah, we're gonna make this into a doll that I love. Like, again, all is not lost. I'm definitely going to donate the big like playset thing. I have no use for that. But we're going to turn this doll into an absolute cutie patootie. And it's going to be good in the end. Just takes a little bit of time to get there. So like I said, we're going to end on a positive note. We're looking hopeful to the future. But definitely let me know your thoughts. I hope you were able to enjoy this unboxing. A little bit chaotic, so sorry. But I hope it was at least like helpful for you guys, especially because I feel like I did find this doll relatively early. Like sometimes I'm not super timely with my unboxings, but I feel like this one I found relatively early. So maybe if you were considering this doll, this has helped you kind of make up your mind one way or another. I don't know. I always hope y'all can get something out of my videos, but I'm done blabbering for now. So I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.